Okay, let's get our parts combined to the right sets. There we go. Beautiful. Lovely. Number 2 should be good. And work on the gearbox as well. Okay. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to get ourselves ready for some qualifying action here in Mexico. We are doing a full qualifying today, of course, just the one Grand Prix for today's stream. So that we'll be doing full quality to go with that. We are experiencing a full dry weekend as well. No rain in quali, no rain in the race. As if it really rains much at this time of the season in Mexico. We are going to get some very warm weather here today. And hopefully after the weekend, we could put our feet up on the beaches of Mexico with some tequila in hand. Hopefully. So I think everything is ready and good to go. Let's set the audio settings correctly too. Wonderful. Make sure AI is 110. It is. Perfect. Cool. All right, let's do this. Let's head into qualification here in Mexico City. Let's do this. Matt had the last 20 laps in rain earlier. Around here?
What an atmosphere.
GG, bro.
The fans have been here since dawn.
18 gearboxes in a session for FP alone. Yeah, man. I'm having those Aston Martin vibration issues, Patch. Gotta get through it somehow, right?
To set the grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix. It's qualifying day.
It's not my real last time. I don't say anything. It'll be our little secret. I fear this secret's gonna get very publicized soon. But like I say, I mean, I've had the name That Guy Vince for however many years now as well, and people think my name is Vince, which, to be fair, I mean, it's a fair assumption. It's, in a way, a correct assumption, but it's actually not my first name. My first name is Mike, as you all know. There it is, Dutchie. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it. You are officially the 3rd person to hit the 100 mark. GG. GG. Alex Master, 45,000. Oh, Jesus Christ. Where are we? We're in Mexico. Don't load the wrong side this time, please. Cool. All right, let's get underway for some qualification here in Q1. What if I told you my middle name is actually Taco? And my middle name is actually Guy. Mike Guy Vince. Imagine being called Guy. I'm gonna put a couple laps of fuel in just in case I want to do a second lap here. I probably won't, but on the off chance that I do.
Checks complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
You're 8 away from the 100 streak. Nice, nice. You're almost at the century. We're going to have so many people in the 100 mark soon. Before we know it. I do think it's a bit of a scam, though, that once you hit 100, you only get 450 points. That low-key is a bit of a scam, I'll be real. Let's get Turbo. My name is actually Master, last name 5000. Does sound like something like out of Star Wars in a way. Some type of like really degenerate Sith Lord. Should get at least 50k points for that. That's what I'm saying. Maybe not 50k, but yeah. 450 is a bit cheesy. I mean, to be fair, I think it's like every 3 to 5 streams you get that streak come up. So you get 450 points every single time. So I guess it adds up. But yeah, for a special one like 100, you'd expect a bit more at least. Keyword degenerate? Oh yeah, that was the very keyword there. I'm gonna start calling you Jamule. I don't know why, it just sounds funny. What up, man? All right, here we go. First lap of the day here in Mexico. Let's see what we can put down. Tires are looking pretty good. What's our top speed down here? Let's see. About 211 mile an hour. Doesn't seem too bad. A little bit deeper turn one there. Bit of a lock up as well. Good see Jamal. Spinny's authorized to, though, to be fair. 15.8, I think that was for Carlos Sainz. What's that in kilometers? I don't know. I don't know kilometers. I don't know miles. What even is a kilometer? Ooh, hello. Whoa, hello. Couple little rear entry slides there.
We've just been pushed down into P18.
Got purple in the first sector, green in the middle. Those couple of sides probably didn't really help it too much. For the final we go. That's going to be out the final two corners. Foot to the floor, across the line we go. Got plenty of battery in the tank here. 15.4. Only P3 for the time being. 3/10 away from Charles Leclerc. And Alex Albon fast us as well. Better work to do here, huh? MPH is not normal. It's normal to me. And if it's normal to me, then it's normal for everyone in my own head. It's called gas, not petrol. Nah, we call it petrol as well, to be fair. Short for petroleum. Your Monza comes tomorrow. Can't wait. Nice. Enjoyed it. What are you getting? How long have I been into F1? Since I was a young child. Waddling around. Why so much from the car? I was planning on maybe doing 2 runs, which to be fair, I might still do. What's tyre wear at? 7%. Oof. I might try a second run, just see if we can improve a bit more. Gas is short for gasoline too. Yeah, that's a fair point. All right, let's try a second run. I'm a little worried that the rear tyre wear might be a bit too much, so I don't know if we have to put like a strong lap down, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, you can see the slide in there as well, can't you, out the turn 3? Purple first.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Look how much sliding is going on that rear end, bro. Once the tires wear a little bit, it becomes so difficult to control that back end. However, this is a strong second lap though, isn't it? Fighting the car over the exit there as well. Here we goes the line. Much improved lap. That'll put us P2. 200s behind Oscar Piastri. Nice lap there. 14.8. Much improved on the first lap. That'll definitely be enough to get us through to Q2. And we'll head back to the pits with a second place in our hands. Not bad. We'll take that. Do you know how to change the livery on the car? If you've unlocked them, you can just do it in the lobby or in the garage, whatever. But if we're looking at modding, then you have to do it by the files and stuff. I take the rubbish out and not the trash. To be honest, I say trash sometimes as well. In the UK, we would say rubbish, but I ain't gonna lie, I've said trash multiple times. However, that might be the Canadian influence that I have in saying trash. Sometimes they say garbage, actually, don't they? Can you take the garbage out? What's it called? Garbage? Yeah. I've heard both. I will usually say trash or rubbish, though. What up, Larry? Restroom or washroom? Neither. I ain't gonna lie. If I want to go to the bathroom, I would say bathroom. Honestly, I'll just say toilet most of the time. I wouldn't even say bathroom. I'll just say toilet. But if I'm being a bit more formal, then, yeah, I would say bathroom. Do not say loo or whatever British garbage you call it. Get a nip to the loo. What up, Hegan? Never heard an Englishman say, let's take the garbage out. Yeah, no, me neither. Trash and rubbish is like the main ones we use here. Some call it a restroom, and yet there are no beds, no comfy chairs. Why would you call it a restroom? I don't know, man. When you're like a few pints deep, that toilet can get real comfy real quick. We've all been there. Who's my favorite F1 driver of all time? Lewis. Bro, I nearly said Lewis Hamilton. Holy shit. That'd have been wrong. Michael Schumacher. Love tuning to streams and seeing what's going on. The race is always entertaining. Appreciate it, thank you, mate. Vincent Stoned, I might be. God damn. Almost crossed the line there, Jesus. Thank God Halleck wasn't here, huh? Should I read on my chemistry exam or hop on F1? Who needs exams, huh? Exams overrated. For real, though, you probably should be studying, I can't lie. I shouldn't be telling you not to study. Right, I think that should do it for our opening session at Q1 there. We are 200s away from Oscar Piastri right now. That's actually more than enough to get us through to Q2, so I think we'll save for a time from Q1 here. Let's see where we finish up. When we played with the Hot Wheels back in 68, yeah, man, I look that old, to be fair. Just my, you know, excellent skincare routine. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That will do it for Q1. Max Verstappen triumphs to the top there. 14.505 for himself. 3 tenths up on Oscar Piastri. 3 tenths up on ourselves there as well. I don't think many people did a second lap there, actually. So Max Verstappen flying to the top regardless. Leclerc in P4, Albon P5, Gasly, Russell, Bottas in P8. Great out from Bottas there. Sainz and Hadjar all in that top 10. Let's see who is knocked out in Q1. Kimi Antonelli in the Mercedes is knocked out in the opening session. Behrman and Ocon both knocked out there as well. Sergio Perez in his home Grand Prix is eliminated in the opening session. Absolutely gapped by his teammate there as well. Colapinto and Stroll knocked out in 21st and 22nd. Our teammate P15 right now, he's got to find a lot of time in Q2 to get through here. He's currently 7 tenths away from Isaac Hadjar in that top 10. So hopefully in Q2 we can find some more time. But at the moment, not looking too amazing for our teammate. But either way, P3 for ourselves. On to Q2 we go. Been practicing with no-line recently, Vince. Any tips to get better? Watch some guides on YouTube. Didn't Nico do the same at Kota? Yeah, he might have. And I think he did get through to Q3 in the end, didn't he? Right. Kind of used up that tire for a couple laps, haven't we? So I don't think we'll have to... I don't think I really want to use that tire, because it's going to be very grim to use. We'll just try with a fresh soft tire, I guess, with some low fuel and see what we can do. Maybe we'll be alright, but... How long are we playing today? We're doing career mode for a couple hours, and then we're jumping on some LMU after.
Standing by.
Go for wet spell. Nah, that should have been done in Q1. Missed my chance on that one, unfortunately. I hope we see full quali back in Creator Series at some point, by the way. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had the full qualifying in CS. Is that the FSR? It is indeed, yep. Why are you doing the exact same as Matt? What do you mean? Is that a permanent change for each race? Is where it's Poland instead of Vinces? Yes. What up, PS? 50 watch streak, love to see it. Yeah, weight's going to be the permanent going forward because, I mean, we never really use the wet tires much anyway, do we? So, I think it makes more sense to use that. He also did Mexico as Audi Hulkenberg. Well, why not asking him why he's doing the same as me? Why ain't got to be the other way around? Have I ever driven on a racetrack in real life? Not a... I mean, technically I've driven at Le Mans. Technically. Because I drove on the road part of the circuit there, but... On an actual racetrack? No, I'm not really... don't think I've driven on one. Unless we're counting like go-kart tracks and stuff, but I wouldn't think so. Let's back off a little bit there from Ferrari in front. All right. First lap Q2. Hopefully only lap at Q2 as well. Let's lock in here. Make sure this is a good lap to lock in that Q3. Yeah, I did drive Nürburgring, actually, yeah. No, fair point. I did drive the Nürburgring in real life. That was crazy. Doing a lap of the green hell was nuts. .8 for Verstappen. No, it's the full Nordschleife. We did the entire track. There we go to the line. 14.6. Not bad. That puts P1 ahead of Verstappen as well. I think Verstappen might have used an older tire there, but either way, that puts us on top, which is good to see. I like how you casually forgot that. I don't know how I forgot that, actually. No idea how I forgot that. What car did you drive? Hyundai had just released their Ioniq 5. So we did like a parade lap in a bunch of Ioniq 5s. There was genuinely, there was about 30 Ioniq 5s going around the track, and I was in one of them. It was wild. Yeah, it might have been the 5N, yeah. That was an interesting car. Very interesting. It was a fully electric car, but it had inbuilt speakers that like replicated the like engine sounds and stuff. It was wild. So wild. What's your top 3 for the Japanese GP? I think Yuki Tsunoda comes back to Red Bull, wins the race. I think Bortoleto finishes P2. And then Mazepin subs in as well and gets P3. What up, Army? Have we got collisions on? Of course we do. Nice. Sergeant gets 4th. I don't know. I don't know about that. Very realistic. Hey, put your money on it, man. Put your money on it. It's a guarantee. It's like obvious. It's what we get every single weekend. Gonna put £5 bet on that happening. If it does, I'll be buying Aston out. Y'all mistake anyway. Logan Sargent would have finished the race by the time it even started. Let's not forget that. Do you think the SF1000 is a good wheel? Definitely. You want to get the later variants of it though, because I believe the earlier versions of the SF1000 don't have like working rotary dials. So just make sure that when you do get it, you get the later ones. Did I turn to 106,000 Nordschleife? You would never quite know what's coming, even when you know the track. It's different every time. When you say 106,000 Nordschleife, are you talking about sim racing here, or are you talking about real life? I've never learned the Nordschleife properly. I've tried, and man, it is so difficult to remember every corner. Yo, Mob, how's it going, dude? Sergeant got banned for being too overpowered. Facts. Right, 14.6. That should be more than enough to get us through to Q2 there, I think. We are 1 second up on Carlos Sainz as well. Beautiful. That'll be easily through to Q2 there, won't it? Hulk is in the top 10 now, finally, as well. So he's finally got his act together after that Q1 mishap. Hamilton, Piastri both outside the top 10 as well. They got to try and do second laps as well. But for ourselves there, I think we are pretty good, aren't we? I think we're pretty good. All right, let's retire from Q2. We can look ahead to Q3. And we maintain our top spot as well. Beautiful. Love to see it. How's it going, Mop? Who can mate? In real life, Halo? Dude, that's sick. Yeah, I've driven only 1 lap in real life around the Nordschleife. I would love to like do a proper like open track day there though. That'd be awesome. maybe do a bit of car spotting too, because you can find some sick rides around Nürburgring. So, yeah, that'd be dope. But yeah, to go into, I went to watch the 24-hour Nürburgring there as well. So I got like the paddock access. I can go to the garage and stuff, and that was really cool too. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That will do it for Q2. We finish up on top by nearly 2 tenths to Isaac Hadjar Verstappen. 2.5 tenths down on us out there as well. Alonso, Gasly, Norris, Leclerc, all there too. They're all through to Q3. Albon, ourselves in P9. Sorry, Nico Hulkenberg in P9. And George Russell all through as well. Leaving us in Q2 is Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Piastri, Lawson, and Lindblad. They are all knocked out in Q2. All right, on to the next. Boulder coming in with the raid as well. They much bold off the raid, my man. Appreciate it, dudes. Hope you had a good stream. Groot, Storm, RWD. Thank you for the follows as well, guys. Appreciate you. Hope you guys are doing good. Appreciate the follows. Am I going to hit him up and get invited again this year? Well, unfortunately, the contact to I got quite close with, unfortunately, left Hyundai. So, unfortunately, I would say probably not. But maybe I'm on like on their list somewhere. I don't know. JJ, I think that follows on me. Appreciate it, dude. Hope you had a good stream, Boulder. Appreciate you raiding over, man. What was you up to, dude? Right. I don't really need to save an extra soft tire ready for the race, but I'll do it just in case, I guess. So I think we'll do our first lap on the older soft tires. Then we'll jump onto a new one and see what we can do for the final lap, I guess. All right. Let's do it. Open lobby's just carnage. When aren't they?
Guys, everyone be aware.
When are they not?
Ready to go.
I think if you ever have a clean open lobby race, you've used up your luck for the month doing that alone. Wait, what do I use? The Monster FSR. Is playing the racing line a good thing? In a game like this, I think it's fine. However, if you're playing more like sim racing titles, like iRacing, LMU, you definitely want to try and learn without the racing line. The racing line will hamper you a lot. Again, even in this game, it's not a bad thing to use a racing line, but if you can learn without, you can definitely find more time. You got to remember that the racing line shows you the ideal line, but not the fastest line. Doesn't really teach you very good habits to be looking at the track the entire time, too. Clean up lobby, it's like a shiny Pokemon, literally. It's like getting a very rare Top Trumps card. Or match attacks. How's the ideal line? Not the fastest? Because the ideal line will try and keep you within the track at all times. Where sometimes you want to try and abuse the track limits a little bit. You know, the razor line will probably tell you to not cut too much here. It probably won't tell you to go too wide on the right here. The ideal line will just show you, like, the kind of recommended line in a way. But it won't be the fastest line. It won't tell you where to kind of explore the track a bit more. And sometimes the braking points aren't always entirely accurate either. There are times where you could definitely brake a bit later. How did you find the race on the weekend? Which one? $240 mph down the straight there. I hope our speed trap's good. I've not actually looked at that yet. Whoa, holy! That was a little bit too early on the overtake button, I think. Oh, the back end is not happy. And a couple corners here. Rest of the lap wasn't too bad, but that big mishap in the first sector might hurt us a bit. Here we go to the line. How's it going to be? A 14.9. It's only a P7 at the end of our first lap at Q3. We definitely win that top 5 without that big snap on the exit of turn 3. But P7 is where we were ourselves. I think everyone's done their laps here as well, so unless that Red Bull coming around the final corner is on a lap. No, he's boxing. Okay. So P7 is where we sit. We've definitely got time to find, haven't we? That was about, what, 4/10 long what we did in Q2? Lots of time to find on this final lap. Lots of time. Fuoco went nuts. It's Sebring crazy. They made up all that time over and over again. Dude, Fuoco was on a mad one. So was Felipe Nasser as well in the Porsche, the leading Porsche. He was doing really well on the older tires. But yeah, I can't believe the Aston screwed it up right at the end. They were absolutely... I mean, they did very well to recover as well, the Aston, but they literally had it in the bag, and then he just went too deep into... I don't remember the corner number or name, but they went way too hot into one of the corners, and yeah, lost a very simple win there. Don't get P1 for content. Now you may want to get P1 even more. All right. Back into the pits we go. What was our tires at the end there? 13 and 11% on the rears. Good lord. 2 push laps. And the tires are that bad. Oof. Think we'll be using plenty of hards today, huh? That guy fast hands, Vince. Got the fastest hands in the West. Okay, let's whack on a fresh set of soft tires then. And then it's time to get ourselves ready for our final lap as well of Q3 and our final lap of qualifying. How isn't Fuoco GTD Pro? I actually don't know, to be fair. It's a good question. Does he not have the license required for GTD Pro? Because I think GTD Pro has to have an all-professional license, don't they, to be in GTD Pro? But how he wouldn't have a professional license, I have no idea, because he literally is a hypercar driver typically for Ferraris, so... Oops. Okay. Right, we are 7/10 back on Max Verstappen so far. That Red Bull is cooking, isn't it? Absolutely cooking. Charles Leclerc in P3 at the moment, right behind Isaac Hadjar. Russell P4, our teammate in P5. If we did a 14.4, which is what we did in Q2, we'd probably be on par with Hadjar. Being Verstappen, though, with a 14.2 is going to be very, very difficult. Fuel's at the minimum already. Perfect. All right, well, we know what's at stake. We know what we need to do. The next question is, can we do it? Let's skip towards the later stages of Q3. That's about there, I reckon. And we should start seeing the first cars heading out on track in a moment. Was that a Wildberry or White Peach Red Bull? No, this is a Monster. I don't drink Red Bull much, really. Which is quite ironic being, you know, wearing a Red Bull shirt, but I don't really drink Red Bull that much. I prefer Monster. Okay, I can hear Nico's car getting dropped to the ground, so... Right. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. We should see the cars heading out the garages. Here they are indeed. Perfect. Okay, let's do this. Final lap, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, engines
let's get it done.
We're set.
Sakura Cherry Taste Ammo, Red Bull Spring Flavor. Don't think I've seen that one. I have tried a few different Red Bulls in the past. The tropical one I liked. The Ice Vanilla one, yeah, that was good as well. But, yeah, for me, it doesn't come close to Monster. How many races are you doing in this? We do a full season. All 24. Alright, let's get these tires nice and warm. It is quite easy to warm up the tires around Mexico. So good that after 3 laps, they're overheating like crazy. Oh, and today's stream? Just the one today. We sometimes do 2 per stream, but for today, we're doing just the 1. Race coming nicely already. Let's try and work the fronts a bit more if we can. First car's crossed the line. Hulkenberg, the second car across the line as well. Let's see if Hulk can try to improve on his P7. Okay, tires in a pretty decent spot. All right, 1 minute to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Final lap of qualifying. We've got plenty of time to find it. But can we find it? Out the final corner we go. Into overtake mode, across the line. And let's do this as we get DRS powered open for our final lap of qualifying. Lock in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this done. No snaps to turn 3 that time. And look at the time we gained. Oh, the sun was blinding on those corners there. Hard to see it. Oh, this is a lap. This is a lap. No purple middle sector, though. How's it the final? Let's see. Oh, that was a little bit deep for the hairpin. We're still waiting to this up, though. Come on. Through the final 2 corners we go. Foot to the floor. Keep it tight to the line. Here we go. Where's it going to be? 14.0 is a great lap, but we will not be on pole position. Here in Mexico, someone else has gone faster. We beat the original lap time, but it's Max Verstappen by 9 thousandths of a second between ourselves and the Dutchman. Are you kidding me? A 0.51 for Verstappen, a 0.60 for ourselves as well. Isaac Kadjar and George Russell did the exact same lap time at the end of Q3 as well. A 4.72 for both of them. Hadjar did his lap first, so he gets a position, but Russell will have to start in P4, which is, to be fair, a bit of a turnaround after what happened in Q1. So, yeah, Lando Norris will start P5. He's a championship rival right now, of course. Alex Albon in P6. Leclerc and Hulkenberg on the 4th row together as well. And then Gasly and Alonso on the 5th and final row of Q3. But 9 thousandths, man. 9 thousandths between ourselves and Max Verstappen. That is barely anything across the line. But Verstappen will start on pole. Will start P2. Don't forget, though, being on the front row in Mexico isn't always a good thing. We've seen many times in the past with a slipstream from the guys in the second row actually help them take the lead of the race. So this is not going to be a straightforward one. This is not going to be straightforward. We'll have to do a bit of defensive work maybe down towards turn 1. But we do start in P2. And yeah, barely anything between ourselves and the Dutchman. Crazy, man. Crazy. McLaren and mid again. The world is healing. Oh, the McLaren fans are not going to like that one. Am I not live on Twitch? Of course I am. If I'm live on TikTok, I'm always live on Twitch. Went deep at found time. Yeah, I mean, imagine I didn't go deep. If I hadn't have gone deep on the on that hairpin, we would have got pole position. Like I said, I mean, here in Mexico, starting on pole and second place doesn't really matter that much. The second row is usually the one to be. So I can't see you. I'm here. I can see my chat. I'm definitely there. Right. Is there anything we've got to do here? Probably not, right? I think we should be basically ready and set up to go, so... James, thank you for the follow, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. I forgot to follow, sorry. Hey, better late than never. I'll forgive you this one time. Okay. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the Mexican Grand Prix. We start on pole position. Sorry, not pole position. We're next to pole position. We start in P2 on the front row for the Mexican Grand Prix. And this is how the Drivers' Championship is shaping up heading into the Grand Prix for today. So, we lead the championship by 37 points to Lando Norris right now, which is a pretty big sum. That opened up quite a bit in the last few races because Lando Norris hasn't really been at it in the last few. But, yeah, the last couple of races, that's opened up big time. And we have a 37-point gap to Norris. However, Verstappen has been looking a bit sharper lately. So I wonder if he might be a bigger threat in the late stages of the season as well. He starts on pole today. We'll see if he can try and pull it through to victory here in Mexico as well. Charles Leclerc at P4, Piastri P5. Those guys are kind of really down in the dumps right now, aren't they, in terms of the championship? So right now it's kind of between the top 3, who are 50 points apart for the World Drivers' Championship. And, of course, you can see on the Constructors' side, McLaren are leading the way there. We're still quite a bit down, 57 down on Red Bull right now in the Constructors' Championship for P3. So, unfortunately, I think getting top 3 in the Constructors is going to be a lot of work. We'll definitely need our teammates to score some more points to have a chance there. But, yeah, for us, it's all eyes on that Drivers' Championship and bringing it over the line in Abu Dhabi. My team of career is Jaguar, and I hired Hackett and Coulthard. We finished 3rd and 1st in Aussie, but disaster in China. RIP. Happens to the best of us. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is time to get ourselves ready and underway for the Mexican Grand Prix. 71 laps, ladies and gentlemen, is what we've got to deal with today. It's going to be a very tough Grand Prix, but fingers crossed we could try and get a good result today. We line up in P2. Can we see it through and finish nearer that top spot? Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Mexican Grand Prix. Let's do this. Tastes like artificial banana. How do you make churro taste like banana? You got to do something wrong for that. When's the DLC dropping? The rumor is in June. The first rumors that came out said that it might come out in April, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Looks like it may be in June when the DLC drops, which is a big shame. I was hoping we'd get it earlier, but obviously, it is not quite ready. It's out. Nuh-uh. There'll be a prediction, mind trips. Of course there will be. There's always predictions. I gotta hide myself.
In the 60s, Mexico City would host the season-ending race, a party of motor racing. Well, we might not host the finale now, but Mexico hosts a party nonetheless. So welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexico City Grand Prix. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.6 miles of track that allows drivers to take full advantage of their cars, reaching speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour and providing lots of opportunities for overtaking.
We didn't get anywhere near 220 mile an hour.
10 to the right and the remaining 7
I think we hit
going to the
214
left.
as our best. Maybe 215.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session.
Verstappen penalty, please.
Lines up in pole position, and Isaac Hadja completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Norris, Alex Albon, and Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Fernando Alonso.
Yo, manifesting was a win this time around.
Verstappen,
P11 for Verstappen.
Valtteri Bottas.
Oh my God.
And Piastri, Lawson, Lindblad, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Ollie Behrman. Colapinto, Stroll, and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
I was manifesting that penalty for Verstappen there. Sometimes it works, chat. Sometimes it works.
Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, you know.
Nah, do it for inactivity, Cornelio.
They're the
Bigger chance of getting a ban there.
The same equipment as you, and yes, the cars can vary in setup from race to race, and depending on who has which style. But essentially, they're your barometer.
Home hero Sergio Perez in P19. Oh, buddy.
First job you have to do. And
this is not a welcome return.
Way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
All right, well,
Okay,
we are on pole position, ladies and gentlemen.
Constructors title, which will mean so much to everybody here in this team. There's just 3 races
Facts.
to go, so we need some good, solid results.
We'll do our best, Mark. We will do our best. So, Verstappen does have a 10-place grid penalty. Then he's taken a new engine part of some sort. He's died on pole position, and not anymore. He's now down to P11. So we take pole position for the time being, and hopefully we could try and hold it down towards turn 1. But that will be very tricky with all the slipstream going on down there. So let's have a look at some strategy, shall we? Medium, hard, hard. I mean, that is most likely with the strat here, right? Can he slipstream the safety car for the start? I wish. Oh, to be fair, we've got a few people starting on mediums here. There's a few starting on softs from like 9th all the way down to 13th here. Verstappen's one of those, actually, who is starting on the soft tyre. A lot of the guys in that bottom sort of 12, 13 are all on the soft tyre, so they'll be very quick at the start. But the soft tyres were wearing a lot, as we saw in qualifying, so I don't think they'll be that strong for very long. Pierre Gasly is starting on hard tyres. Interesting. Chat, what do you reckon? Start mediums or start hards? What do you guys think? What do you guys reckon? I don't think we're going to start on soft tyres. I don't think the softs are going to be good for us at all. I'm not entirely against starting on the hard tyres here. I ain't going to lie. We know how bad the tyre wear is here, so I ain't against it. I ain't against it. You guys think mediums? Can you mod the battery to be absolutely shit for realism? Yes, we can. Will we, though? It's a different question. Can we? Yes. Will we? Super clipping is going to go crazy. Problem is, the AI is the ultimate tire whisperer. Yeah, that is a fair point. Let's drop the fuel down as well real quick. Let's go to about 70 laps. Should be fine, I think. Do it. Do it. So you guys think mediums for the start, huh? I mean, Mob is right. The AI will probably be very good on their tires here because, you know, what the AI is like. They have no issues with tire wear ever. So I think we could try and match them, but I just think their medium tires get better after like 8 laps probably. I just think hards, more fuel, more weight, more temps generated. That was kind of along the lines of what I was thinking as well. I think because we're going to struggle on temperatures in the first stint, the hard tire might be able to do with it better. Which is why I was kind of leaning towards starting on the hards. And the medium tire with the low fuel there, less weight, it should be better as well, shouldn't it? I'm genuinely thinking we start hard tires here, chat. Obviously, yeah, we will lose some positions early on. Because, you know, we're on the more durable tire, but we can get that back later on, I think. Knowing the AI, though, they'll probably do like a medium, medium, soft. Soft, soft, medium. I reckon that would get us to lap 25. Gotta overheat those tires, build information up if we go hard. Yeah, I'm sure I can manage it. Call me crazy, chat. I think I'm going to go hards. I think I'm going to go hards to the start and save the mediums late on. Plus, if we get a safety car as well, we can change up the strategy a little bit too, can't we? You're crazy? Oh, don't talk dirty to me like that. Just do the guitar special. Hard, medium, hard. Maybe, yeah. Maybe we could do a hard, medium, hard. I think mediums would definitely be better served towards the end, though. So we'll probably hold out for that, but we'll see. Right. Chat. Prediction time. This will be an interesting prediction, actually, won't it? We start P1, but with that difference in strategy, will it get us the win? It's a tough question, isn't it? Tough question with a tough answer. We could do a team v team here as well. Hulkenberg is up in P7, so we could maybe do a team v team sort of situation. Maybe Audi versus Red Bull versus McLaren. We've got the Audis in P1, P7, the Red Bulls in P2, P11, the McLarens in P4 and 14. And that could be a good prediction, couldn't it? 3 teams against each other. Who scores the most points out of those 3? Be the Monaco special. Wets. Sounded like the AI in Monaco F124. Sounding too similar. What up, David? Can you go long on the hard, then do medium? We only have 1 medium tire, unfortunately, so unlikely. Well, no, I mean, impossible we can do that. We've got 2 hards. Sorry, 2 hards, 1 medium, 1 soft is what we have available. Yeah, I think it was the Arthur Leclerc career. That was fun. I enjoyed that Arthur Leclerc career. That was the only time I've done like a real life driver career, and it was good. I like Williams more than McLaren, but I don't know how they'll stay. They won't. Williams will drop off. They will drop off. I think that should be a good prediction, though. McLaren versus Audi versus Red Bull. Who will score the most points? And that should be good. Still pissed Ollie didn't win the vote. Maybe in the future at some point. Maybe in the future. GPT it. What? What do you mean GPT it? Did you mean got it, but mistyped? The O is next to the P, to be fair. Show us the lineup again, please. Audis are in P1, P7. The Red Bulls in P2 and P11. And the McLarens are P4 and P14. There's proof in case you couldn't see it. No AI, please. Exactly what I'm saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is time to get ourselves ready and underway for some racing action here in Mexico. We start this one on pole position. We didn't qualify on pole position, but that penalty to Verstappen, who was originally in this spot, he starts P11, promotes us from P2 to P1, and now we get the best view in the house down towards turn 1. But, of course, in Mexico, it's a very long way down towards turn 1, and usually, starting that second row can mean good things for you. So, we've got to be a little bit careful down towards the opening corner here, but starting on that hard tyre, I'm sure we'll lose positions early on anyway, and it's just about managing these tyres and trying to hold out for that medium tyre towards the end. That will be today's strategy, as you can see right there. 25 each on the hards, 21 on the mediums at the end, and that'll be a tough strategy, but fingers crossed we can try and reap the benefits of being on the medium tyre in that late stint. But we start P1, ladies and gentlemen, but today's prediction will be who will score the most points out of Audi, McLaren, and Red Bull. Make sure to get predictions up in the chat in a moment's time. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Mexican Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, the prediction is up right now. Which team will score the most points here in Mexico? Will it be the Audis? Will it be the McLarens? Or will it be the Red Bulls? Get your predictions in right now.
Okay, radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, good parking there as well, and here we go, ready for the Mexican Grand Prix. We start pole position here, Isaac Hadjar in second alongside us. Now it's a different Red Bull alongside us compared to what qualifying finished up as, but that 10th place penalty to Verstappen has set him down at the grid a little bit here, which is also quite interesting for the championship there as well. He's 50 points down on us, don't forget, as we prepare for 5 red lights here in Mexico. It's lights out, away we go then for the Mexican Grand Prix. Oh, there's a lot of wheel spin trying to get off the line. The second phase is the great Russell and Hadjar were side by side for a brief moment there as Hadjar defends the inside. How's our straight line speed down towards turn 1 though? We will hold the lead in the opening corner. They kind of backed up the front a little bit there down towards turn 1, didn't they? But George Russell will take P2 away from Isaac Hadjar, and we will maintain the lead through the opening 3 corners of the Grand Prix. But down towards turn 4 we go again. And George Russell trying to get a bit closer. Not quite close enough this time. Bit of rear locking there for ourselves as well, as the tyre is still a little bit on the cooler side. We were struggling a little bit to get those tires up at temp on the formation lap. And you can see how heavy the car looks right now on this tire. George Russell is still sitting on our rear wing as we go through the middle sector for the first time in this race as well. Alex Albon is in P4 right now ahead of Lando Norris. Bit of a gap forming between the top three and the rest of the grid. DRS will be available from next lap onwards, but you don't really get that DRS until halfway across the lap. The detection point is before the start of the lap, so we might be okay at turn 1. It depends how quick Russell will be in the straight here, as well as Isaac Hadjar, because he's right on the tail of George Russell as well. As we complete the first lap, we'll hold the lead on the opening lap, but here comes George Russell down towards turn 1. Have we got the straight line speed here? The gap staying consistent right now, but we're going to be a bit tight on battery, and Russell will not gain on us down towards turn 1. We will hold the lead at turn 1. Big stuff right there. But next lap, we'll have the DRS down towards turn 1, and that's where things will get a bit spicy again. Mary and Synergize, thank you for some Twitch, guys. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Hope you guys are doing good. Appreciate the follows. Carlos Sainz into P5 now. That soft tire doing good for him. He was outside the top 10, I'm pretty sure, wasn't he? And now he's already into P5s. That soft tire looking very quick so far. Let's keep pushing. We know these hard tires are going to be a little bit slow at the start here, but this will be where George Russell gets his first dose of DRS. He'll be a little bit too far back here, won't he? Definitely. LMU later? Yes, sir. Once this race over and done with, we'll be heading and doing some multi-class racing. GT3s this time, though, because I suck in the hypercar still. But it should still be fun. Now the final corner we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to be cooked to the straight here, aren't I? Don't think there's a lot I can do this time. George Russell has DRS. Look how much closer he's getting. We'll try and defend at the inside line here, but I think there's very little we can do against George Russell. Russell takes the lead here at Mexico now. And the Mercedes, just with that extra straight line speed with that DRS, able to cruise on by. We get no DRS down towards turn 4, annoyingly, here, so we've got to be a bit careful of Hadjar. But he's not going to make a move here, so we should be good. We just got to try and look after our position a little bit here. Don't want to lose DRS to Russell. And we also don't want to lose position to Hadjar either. So we'll have to start just managing a little bit here now. To make sure we don't cost ourselves later on. LMP2's where the fun's at in that game. Yeah, for real. I love the LMP2s. We're not doing any LMP2s today, but next time we do LMU, we'll be on the LMP2s. I was trying to save some battery here as well. I had to use a good bit to try and pull away, but that has cost us a bit now, so just got to look after that battery a touch. You can see how much stronger they are in the final sector with that grippy medium tire as well. Out the final corner we go. Hadjar is quite close here. We did get DRS on Russell. He was away from that 1 second mark at one point, but now we're good. And look how much faster we're on the straight here. Good lord. Here we go on George Russell. This might be an unintentional move here. I did not really want to go for an overtake, but look at the straight line speed we had there as we almost clash wheels through turn 1. He's got the inside through turn 2. We're side by side through turn 3. We'll get another dose of DRS as well. It's a double DRS zone for detection point, and we will go back into the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix. Isaac Hadjar now getting involved as well early on with George Russell. Maybe those two fighting might allow us just to break away a touch here. Let's see. 4 pennies to punt Russell into Shadow Rail. Damn, I'm not that cheap, bro. Come on. Oh, we did break a second there. I think in that S section, though, I think it might have just clawed back into 1 second, so he probably will get DRS again. The car definitely feels quite heavy right now, but we're just having to deal with that at the minute. Out the final corner we go. 19.9 is the lap time there. Okay, so yeah, Russell definitely in DRS. So, 4 laps completed. The rear tyres on 6% each. Here go Hadjar and Russell again there. They're not laying it down, are they? And Hadjar into P2 now. Anyone know where Verstappen is? Anyone know what position Max is in right now?
No tyre
He must have gained some places, right?
Focus on the driving.
He did start in P11, so you can only assume he's gone up from there. I'll save some battery here as well. Is he P7, is he? Peter coming in with a tier 1 as well for 3 months in advance. They watch Peter for 3 months in advance, my man. 36 in total as well. The whole 3 years. Love to see it. Appreciate it, man. Is it P8? He's right in the back of our teammate. I know that. I think that might be Lando behind him. I'm not too sure. But that soft tire looks quick, doesn't it? Play Le Mans. We'll be playing some Le Mans Ultimate tonight. Once this race is done. Yeah, both the Williams are actually doing a good job so far. They're actually within DRS range of this group. The top 6 here are all together. I think Isaac Hadjar will probably take the lead. Verstappen goes fastest, 18.5. Hamilton goes fastest, 18.2. Isaac Hadjar will lead the Mexican Grand Prix. Now, I've had 3 different leaders inside the first 6 laps here. But Hadjar breezing on by down towards turn 1. And the Frenchman takes the lead.
50 laps of fuel remaining.
Teammate status. Teammate status.
Gap to your teammate behind, 4.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're sitting in 7th. Time last
Yeah, so
lap,
Max is 8th then.
19.2.
Max is currently P8. So he's made up 3 positions in the opening 5 laps so far. And I think it's safe to say there'll be more to come. Max will still call this artificial racing. Well, I mean, DRS was always kind of called artificial in itself, really. But there's just, like, more to it now, really, isn't there? I think it just feels even more artificial than it already was, so... I just feel like a lot of F1 drivers kind of are struggling to really... Because they love driving on the edge, right? That's the one thing about F1, is being able to drive on the edge and, you know, find the limits of everything. And I feel like in this current generation of car, finding that limit is really weird. Because in qualifying, you have to lift and coast. I mean, that's not qualifying. And that's a big problem right now, so... In terms of the on-track racing, it's definitely better going side by side and stuff, but for qualifying, it is pretty dreadful. Come on. Broke away a little bit from Hadjar there, but he's still within that seconds. It was actually not too bad that lap, but still couldn't really get further away from Hadjar. Both Burke and Ferrari drivers able to have fun and drive on the limit. I wouldn't really say they're driving on the limit, though. I don't think anyone is really driving on the limit right now in these regulations. Not really lifting. I mean, they are, though. The drivers will lift off the throttle towards the end of the super clipping phase to try and get more battery for the next straight. You can see in the telemetry, that's exactly what they do. You see the super clipping happening, and then towards the end of the super clipping, as they approach the corner, they'll just start to lift off the throttle a little bit to try and harvest a bit more battery. It's not like a crazy lift or anything like that. It's not like a Lyco that you'd see for fuel saving, where they'd, you know, lift off 150 meters early or anything like that. But it's just enough of a lift to the point where it just gives them a bit more battery to push a bit more on the next straight. And in my opinion, that's not what qualifying's about. Need to save a bit of fuel here. We'll be all right. We started -1 down. We're on -7 right now, so... Sorry, -0.7, I should say. Engine's bad, aero's good ammo. That's pretty much what I said as well. If you put the engine package from last year into the current aero regulations, you probably have a pretty good car right there.
Lap faster than
I mean, me and Hadjar right now are just swapping places for fun. Look at our top line speed, though. We are flying down the straights. No matter whether it's Hadjar or Russell, we keep on breezing them, don't we? Leclerc is back into P4 now as well. Looks like the Williams are starting to drop off a little bit now. They were strong in the first 7 or 8 laps, but now you're just seeing them start to fall off a little bit. Is this Mexico? It is indeed, yeah. Green first sector again. What's the championship standings? We lead the championship by 37 points to Lando Norris. We are also 50 up on Max Verstappen, who qualified P11. Was on pole position, but took an engine penalty for something. I mean, like I say, I think the actual on-track action we've seen so far isn't really that bad. There is definitely potential with these regulations, but there is a lot of flaws as well, and I think it's important to acknowledge those flaws. I think being dismissive of the flaws we have right now is quite ignorant, really. There are issues with these regulations, and they shouldn't be ignored. And the sooner we get them to, you know, be better, the better it'll be for the sport, and the better qualifying will be to watch. Because right now, qualifying is so dead. It has been quite predictable so far in qualifying. Qualifying is like that one point in the weekend where you really get to see the drivers pushing the limit of the car. And we just don't really see that at the moment, so... It's kind of like the opposite of qualifying, really. I wonder if anyone will catch Mercedes this season. If it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Ferrari. But, as I've said before, I think Mercedes are hiding a lot of good pace right now. They already have great pace, but I think there's even more in that car. So, no. You can take that however you want it. Doing a decent job right now on these hard tyres. Tyre wears at 15 and 13%, so that's not too bad after 10 laps. Doing okay. We're starting to see quite a few gaps forming around the track right now as well. I think Verstappen's about to pass Hulkenberg, and I think he just has, as I say that. So Verstappen, I believe, is in P7, I think. Took him a while to get past Hulkenberg, though. Oh, boy. A bit too tight, that. Been following you since F124, bro, and you're still not good in the series? Yes, sir. I do play other games, though. I've been playing a lot of Le Mans Ultimate lately. Appreciate you following since F124, though, man. That's awesome. Trying to do a bit more harvesting here. Fuel is still looking okay so far. We're up to minus 0.65 now, so we've saved 0.35 so far in the opening 11 laps, which is good. Our trajectory is looking... We actually probably could have gone lower on fuel today, but shouldn't matter too much. And we're down to turn 1 again. I don't want to use up my battery, but Hadjar is getting closer here. Here he comes. He's going to go for it, isn't he? We'll hold the outside. Hadjar to the inside. We're side by side through turn 1. We've got the inside through turn 2. Hadjar will have to back out of that one. Almost makes contact with Charles Leclerc, who has got into P3 here. Do you know what? I actually feel like... I will try and best mark. I actually feel like that Ferrari might be the bigger threat here. Because the Ferrari straight line speed in this career right now is nuts. So him being P2 might actually be quite threatening to us. Other than the Red Bull. Am I seeing a 71 lap race? You are indeed. We're on lap 12 of it right now. Did break away from Hadjar that time. 1.2 now. Let's just harvest a bit more battery in this final sector. They are definitely quicker in the middle sector usually, and probably quicker in the final sector as well, but I'd like to think their medium tyres are starting to struggle a bit now. And if you keep your eyes on that battle for P2, I think we're about to see Charles Leclerc blitz by the Red Bull here. Look at that delta against Leclerc. I mean, by the time they even got towards the end of the pit exit, they already had swapped places, so that says a lot. And Leclerc is into P2. And he'll probably start hunting us down now.
Condition still looking good.
Just going to try and keep looking after the battery right now. How might P1 in an Audi? The car has progressed a lot so far this season. The top 5 teams are very close in the R&D. I think it goes McLaren, who have a bit of a gap. And then it goes Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, then ourselves. And those 4 teams that I mentioned there are very close in the R&D. So the car progression has been quite good this year for ourselves. What season? Season 1. Ooh. I mean, the good news is we'll definitely stay ahead of Hadjar here, I think. But look how close Charles Leclerc is now. Out of the final corner we go. We've got some battery, but I don't think there's a lot we can do against Charles Leclerc here. I think he's going to blitz by us. 20.4 is our lap time there. Here he comes. Look at the straight line spin that Ferrari. We're on the outside out towards turn 1. Leclerc on the inside. We definitely prefer the inside line here. And we got it through turn 2. Beautiful. I do indeed, Dexter. Yep. What track is this? Mexico. It's like a mushroom in Mario Kart. Not quite the severity of the 26 regulations, but... yeah, the extra speed you get from DRS can be quite nuts. Especially in that Ferrari in this game. LMU later? Yes, sir. We'll do a couple races on LMU, I think. Sorry, lad, but that's not F1 26. It's F1 25. That's not the cars this season. That are we talking about, mate? This is clearly 2026. What LMU race are you doing? We'll probably do the WEC experience at Silverstone. The news cycle starts tomorrow. Here comes Leclerc. Yeah, not much you can do against this one. Oh, hello. Yo, relax, Charles. What are you doing, man? Kind of flinched over a little bit under braking and then sort of parked up at the apex turn 1. I could have easily been a bit of wing damage there, but get away with it, though. Gap to Hadjar's 1.7, so the gap has opened up there. Beautiful. When did 26 come into the game? The DLC will drop in June. That's the rumor. There's no official confirmation, but the rumor is in June. I wish we had WC at Silverstone this year, hopefully 27. They have been in talks about it. The World Endurance Championship have been talking to Silverstone about getting a race there again. And maybe if Qatar doesn't go ahead in the end, maybe they try and get Silverstone in. I don't know. I might be clutching at straws a little bit, but...
we've got more than 50 laps of fuel remaining.
yeah, Silverstone would be awesome to have back in World Endurance Championship again. ELMS races there. That'd be good to watch as well. Oh, look at our straight line speed now. Dude, that DRS is ridiculous. Just breezed by Charles Leclerc down towards turn 1 that time. Whoever gets the DRS is just flying in the straights right now. Any tips on racing a league? Just got into league racing, so any tips? Practice your consistency over your pace is what I suggest. Obviously, pace will be important for quality and stuff like that, but If it's like quite a rookie sort of league or a beginner league, your consistency and not getting penalties and track limits and stuff will get you a long way. So work on your consistency and then focus on your pace after. We're actually nearly at 0.5 dead on the fuel. Good lord. Rear tire's starting to slide a little bit. They might just be hot though, to be fair. Infraticus in the league? Okay, yeah, so definitely work on consistency then. 23% on the rear left right now. That's okay, but... Oh, wow, look at those temperatures, though. Look at those temps. 110 on the rear left. Time for 55% brake bias? Yeah, you might be right. Although at this point, I don't think that'll really do much. I can give it a try, though. Gap to hard yard 2.8 now. I'm not too sure when the medium tires will start struggling here. You'd think it'll be soon, though, right? I would imagine he's two-stopping. Driver in front.
Leclerc ahead, and the time last lap, 1 minute 20.6. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Oh, he's one-stopping.
1.2 seconds advantage.
Oh, that's so peak.
Keep going.
That is so peak of the AI to be trying a one-stopper around here.
Gap to your teammate behind.
How did quali go? Qualified P2, started P1. Crazy. Crazy straight line speed. Should get him at turn 2. Beautiful. Nice. Hard's onboard temp is 85 to 95, but minimums be even worse. Yeah. Yeah, we're at like 110 on the rear tires, so unfortunately that's just Mexico in a nutshell. The tire temps around this track are ridiculous. But we're doing okay though. We're doing alright. Just keep on churning out the lap times. I think Max boxed. He might have, yeah. I think everyone who probably started on the soft tires has probably boxed by now. Our teammate is still doing all right as well, which is good. We were one of the very few cars who started on the hard tire in this race. I think Gasly also started on hard tires, but yeah, I do like what they're doing so far. Despite them overheating a bit, they are doing a good job.
We've got more than 50 laps of fuel remaining.
I think Leclerc will get us again here. We are literally just DRS swapping every single straight right now. Every single lap on this straight, we just keep swapping positions because of how good that DRS is. You can see that Macarena wing in effect there as well, if you watch his rear wing. It will flip open. Like a that. CS strays, holy moly. What was the CS stray? Did I stray CS? I didn't mean to if I did. Oh, strats? Okay, fairs. I was going to say, where did I throw a stray at CS? Do you recommend this wheel? Definitely. 100%. Now for the final corner we go. Fuel is looking very good now. Minus 0.4. We've gained 0.6 back so far. And we will breeze past... Whoa, hello. Okay. A little bit of a late movement there, but we breeze past Charles Leclerc in the end. As we start lap 20. 4.7 the gap to Hadjar right now. Us and Leclerc, we are just on a different level right now compared to the rest of the grids. We are cooking. Let's get up there on tyre in a moment as well. Seeing as we're 20 laps into the race. We are planning on pitting on lap 25, so we are getting close. 27 and 25% on the rear tyres. That really isn't that bad. Leclerc is doing quite well on his medium tyre as well, to be fair. So you would think at this point our tyre would be pulling away, but it kind of isn't. 3 laps of Leclerc will pit, you reckon? He is one stopping though, don't forget. He is one stopping, so you'd imagine he'll go a bit more than 23 laps of the medium tyre to pull off the one stopper. He'll probably have to try and get close towards 30, I think. 19.5. We actually have a bit of a gap to Leclerc this time. He's still got DRS, but he was nowhere near close enough to remove this time. That might be a sign that medium is starting to struggle now. Priority to kind of correct, not gonna lie. Rightly so. Come on. Which F1 driver has the best sim rig? I don't know what F1 every F1 driver's sim rig looks like, but Verstappen's setup is quite clean. I would say Verstappen probably is the biggest sim racer out of all the F1 drivers, so. But I don't know what all the F1 drivers' sim rigs look like, so I can't really say.
Okay, there are 49 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, that final sector of the car is very stiff at the moment. Rear tyre temps have come down a touch, though. 108 degrees on that left side. Hasn't Tom driven an IRL F1 car? I mean, if you want to include him, then yeah, sure.
Nico in the pits.
Do you reckon Lance Stroll sits his house with a Logitech screw to his dead, so it feels realistic? Probably, to be fair. I think Aston Martin might need to get a sponsorship with Logitech at this point. I think McLaren are sponsored with Logitech, aren't they? Definitely needs to go to Aston. Stroll definitely uses keyboard. Nah, not enough vibrations for that. Severe lack of vibrations on keyboard. Hadjar is now 6.3 behind. Jeez.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hard next time. Okay, so we're leaving our teammate by
2 more till we pit.
0.0 seconds.
Hadjar is in. Isaac Hadjar is in for his first stop, so he's definitely 2 stopping then. He might go medium tyres again, if we can try and keep an eye on them. I think they have gone medium tyres for a second stint. Max Verstappen in P5, 20 seconds behind. We might come out ahead of Verstappen, maybe. It'll be close, I think. I think the pit lane time loss around here is around 20 seconds, so... But he is getting a lot right now. Look how much time he's gaining. Maybe we'll be behind. Whoa, holy. A little bit too much outside curve there, and the car just sliding away. Come on. Can you tell us the mod list? All the mods you can find on overtake.gg, but we're just using all the 2026 liveries and the 26 season mod, which includes all the drivers and stuff. Where did we qualify? P2 started P1. Here comes Charles Leclerc. Passes again. I mean, Leclerc is definitely going to pit later than us, isn't it? Which is crazy to say because we're on the hard tyre, but he is doing a one-stopper, so... Verstappen is now 18.9 behind. He is quick right now, isn't it? I think now that Max has cleared the traffic and stuff, he is fast. He's getting over a second lap on us right now. We've got one more lap, and then we'll be in for our first stop of the day. DRS to get on Leclerc. We just keep on stopping around the DRS right now. So these overtakes aren't really too meaningful at the moment. Unless safety car comes out. In which case, that'd be meaningful. And a bit of a lock up there in the final corner. Back and getting loose again. Can I get him still? Yeah, should be fine.
Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box
there we go.
Box this lap.
All right, chat. I think it is time for our first stop. It is lap 25. I think it's time to change up these hard tyres. Again, it's kind of crazy that we're pitting before someone who's on mediums, but our strategy is wildly different to his. He's doing that one stopper, we're doing that two stopper. I'm not too sure when he'll pit for the second stop. I think he'll be around the 30 mark, but it's tough to say. Oh, he is outside that 1 second right now. Will it stay there? I don't think it will. Well, maybe it will. Close.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Do you know what? If we broke a DRS to Leclerc, I might actually stay out a bit longer. Just to open up that gap a bit more. Nah, he's back in it, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Okay, never mind. That idea is out the window. All right, in we go. If we had broke that 1 second to Leclerc, I may have considered staying out for a little bit longer to open up the gap a bit more, but it's okay. All right, into the pits we go. We should come out probably right behind Max Verstappen here. Off go the hard tyres. On go another set of hard tyres. 2.3 in the box. Verstappen will go past us. Might be tight on pit exit here with Piastri. 22 seconds in the pit lane. Out we go. Here comes Piastri. Can we pick up the speed enough to stay ahead of him? I think we can. And we are 5.5 seconds then behind Max Verstappen. So it is about a 22-second pit lane time loss then. Okay. Let's get to work. Different tyres, but I'd like to think those videos are already quite a bit worn, so let's try and close up that gap to the Dutchman. ASAP Rocky. We're 2 seconds ahead of Hadjar as well, so Hadjar did not get the undercut. Did get a good chunk of time, though. But he did not achieve the undercut. So we covered that off at least, which is good. Don't think Piastri got DRS there. I mean, Verstappen's opened that gap by another second there, actually, hasn't he? So that's not great news. But tyres are up temperature now, so Hamilton's in P6 in the soft tyres at the moment. We'll see what he gets up to. Lap time-wise. Sainz back past him, though. Piastri just pit there as well. Charles Leclerc is still out on track. I think he'll be out for a bit longer as well, so the time we gain now on Leclerc will be quite important for later in the race. Getting a little bit of a Verstappen here. I think it's being held up by Russell, though. Are we on a one-stopper? No, we're on a two.
We've got 44 laps of
However, Charles Leclerc's on a one-stopper, so we will see a difference in strategies here. "71 laps is a crazy amount. How do you not get bored?" I never get bored. I find it difficult to get bored of my hobbies.
You're catching the car ahead by a couple of seconds a lap now. Really good.
Russell actually held up Verstappen a good bit there. Again, it's about a second. Have the cars up front pitted? Only Verstappen.
Lapping fast enough by around a second a lap.
Leclerc and Russell, both of them have not pit, so... I'm using up a lot of battery though to try and catch him. I don't like that Hadjar is getting on me still. I guess it makes sense though. His tyres are only a few laps older than ours.
Tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
But I think as the stint goes on, we should be okay against him. Goat Stappen back to the top 3. Yeah, it's becoming a bit of an unfamiliar sight now, isn't it? Seeing Verstappen up there. With how that Red Bull is this season, it's, yeah, different. What up, Darren? I think Hadjar got DRS. Should be okay this time around, though. 2.1 to Russell. We are getting huge amounts on Russell. I think 2 seconds, roughly, per lap. And if we're gaining 2 seconds on Russell, we're probably getting something similar on Charles Leclerc, who still hasn't boxed yet either.
So let's try and stabilise them.
Don't count my goat out yet. I don't count Verstappen out, but I do count Red Bull out. That's the difference. Yeah, look at that. We're already almost in DRS range of Russell here. Lion. Nice. First bit of DRS on George Russell. We have an objective, by the way, to get an average lap time of a 22.8. I think we'll beat that. There we go. Look at this. We should easily get by George Russell here. DRS wide open. We'll use a bit of battery. Nothing Russell can do there. He's a sitting duck against our straight line speed. 211 mile an hour down towards turn 1. And Russell could do nothing about that one. By the time it got to the peg, we were by him. We'll get another DRS down towards turn 4 as well. How many teams doing different drivers for FP1 and doing special liveries? I know Haas doing a special livery. I know Racing Bull are. I don't think anyone else has confirmed their liveries yet, if they are doing one. From what I know practice-wise, I think only Jack Crawford is going into the Aston for FP1, right? But to be honest, is Jack Crawford even going to get much running? Because we know how Aston might have been quite conservative with their parts and stuff, so I don't even think Jack Crawford will be out on track much in FP1. Double green, beautiful.
Leclerc's in the pits.
Oh, W, Darren. Love to see that. 18.2, nice lap. Charles Leclerc is in, by the way. End of lap 30, he went in for that hard tyre. And we have got a pretty significant gap to him, haven't we? We were gaining a couple of seconds a lap every lap on this fresher hard tyre. But that gap looks to be... I don't think that's Leclerc behind the two Williams. I think it's a second Ferrari at the moment. So I think that gap is probably close to about 9 seconds, I think. That's not bad at all. However, we have got one more stop to do, and he doesn't. So, technically speaking, Leclerc is in the net lead right now, but all the strategies are going to be very interesting to see how it unfolds. Verstappen's still 5 ahead. We are gaining. Not a lot, but we are gaining. Actually, let's get an update on Verstappen's strategy. Driver in front. He might be 3-stopping.
Verstappen's ahead of you. Time last lap, 1:18.9. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 5.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. They've done 14 laps on those tyres now. We think they've got one more stop.
Okay, here's 2-stopping. All right, fair enough. I thought with him starting on soft tyres, he might do a 3, but no, here's 2.
14.1 seconds.
Yeah, I agree, Darren. I mean, that's kind of the problem with sprint races generally, right? Is that the whole idea of the sprint race was to eliminate practice time and give us more competitive time, so... Williams scoring most points out of all the teams? No, I don't think so. No, it's Red Bull right now. Red Bull are literally P1 and P3. Which means right now, I think Red Bull are winning the prediction as well. McLaren are struggling a little bit, to be fair. And then the Audis right now are P2, and I think Hulkenberg is P7 at the moment. Well, AI 110, Raw Max AI. Verstappen's opened up that gap again. 5.6. Dude, Verstappen's pace right now is kind of crazy. That new engine is doing work for him. We are quick on the straight. You can see the Delta coming down the straight, but yeah, that middle sector is getting a lot of time. Slick, thank you for on Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in as well. Yeah, well, don't forget, Blue. He's going to use a hard tyre for final stint. We're going to be on mediums. He pit a lot earlier than us, don't forget. He pit on, like, what, lap 14, lap 15? 10 laps earlier than us, so... Gap is starting to come back down again now. It was a little bit worrying they opened up so much, but... It is slowly coming down. $18.6. That's a better lap for ourselves. I just got the T24A and I'm trying to get the hang of it. Any tips? Honestly, it's just practice, really. I know everyone says the same thing, but it's kind of true. Sitting down, putting the time into it, understanding the wheel and stuff. You know, it does take a lot of time to... There's a big learning curve to starting out on wheel. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more immersive, but there is a bigger learning curve than you probably anticipated going into it, so... But yeah, just take your time. Maybe find some nice force feedback settings and stuff that feel good. And just keep putting the time into it. Eventually you'll get there. And remember to be smooth. Smooth is fast, fast is smooth. There's no cheat to getting better, unless you use cheats. But if you're using cheats, are you truly getting better, though? Is that Gillenay here? No, I've not been banned from EA yet. Gap's opened up to Hadjar, 3.2. The gap's look clear, 12 seconds. Wow. I'm pretty sure that gap has increased. I thought he'd be gaining us a little bit, but he's not really gaining anything. He's losing, I'm pretty sure. 4.6 for Verstappen. Slowly coming back. AI bad at Mexico? I don't think they are, though. And the AI in Mexico are actually all right. But it is a track where powertrains are very strong. When's our next pit stop? Around lap 50. So we've still got another 15 laps or so until we pit again. Boo. That was nearly a bit too deep. We are pretty much halfway through this race now, though. First 50% completed. Into second we go. Yeah, that gap to Charles Leclerc is just sitting around that 12-second mark, isn't it? So, gotta keep a close eye there. Should I get the iconic edition for F125 or nah? I've been using 23. I don't think there's really much need to. There's like some perks to getting the iconic edition, but you don't really need it.
No need to worry about the tyre.
I think the difference you get with the iconic edition is you get like a few options for F3 drivers. You get some pit coin and stuff like that. Maybe a couple of special liveries, but I wouldn't worry about it too much, I don't think. No real needs. Most people like to get the iconic edition before the game releases. So they get a few days early access. Oh, God. We're good. I thought I was going to go deep there, but we're right. .8 to Verstappen this time.
Really good job on hitting that target.
Still just lingering that high force for the moment, isn't it? New driver on controller teaches the opposite to us playing sometimes by the bullet and get a magical combo or figure out, grind it and figure out controller. Honestly, completely up to you, really. Oh, we got yellows. On the Alpines is off. Yeah, gas out the session. Don't think that'll be a safety car or anything. But ultimately, it's completely up to you if you want to stick to controller or if you want to go to wheel. I think, personally, I have so much more fun playing on wheel. It is a whole different experience. Obviously, as I said earlier, there's a bit of a learning curve to getting a wheel, but it's so much more fun and much more immersive as well.
Okay, clear.
Throw it so hard to control on controller, it is. But if you are going to get yourself like a Mazda combo set, I'd be a little bit cautious with the pedals because I know some of the pedals from Mazda aren't amazing. Probably still better than a controller trigger, but... Dude, how is Verstappen pulling from me?
The gap to the car ahead.
I did do a 19.7 there.
Tenths per lap. Get your head down. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 18.9 seconds.
Should EA create a game where you can play every year of F1 able to start from karting F4 to work your way to F1? Should they? Yeah. Will they? No. That's a lot of development work. That would take many years to complete, I think. They might have the resources and budget to do that, but I don't think they ever would. And realistically, like, how many people would actually play that, you know? It sounds like a great concept, but would many people actually play it? They can't even develop an F1 game properly. I mean, proofs in the pudding there. Do I ever play ACC? Not really anymore, no. I used to play a lot of it. I've got a lot of hours in it, but not really anymore. I'm playing more like LMU and stuff at the moment. How do you get special liveries on PlayStation? You had to complete the survival challenges, but I don't believe that's open anymore. Yeah, you'll get there in the end, Tal. It does require a lot of patience and practice, and obviously controller, you know, does limit you a little bit on this game, but F1 is probably, out of all the racing games out there, one of the more controller-friendly racing games, so you can definitely do it. I know people who can do it, but it does require a lot of patience. But if you really want to go to the next level, getting a wheel can definitely help. I'm also 40, so reactions aren't what they once were. Who needs reactions once you got experience, right? First backmarker hit. Who is that? Arvid Lindblad. Not had a great season in this career, Lindblad. Can I play driver career with Arvid Lindblad using an F1 car without doing an F2 season? When you select Lindblad, you might have an option to skip to F1, maybe. I'm honestly not too sure. If you don't get the option to skip to F1, then I'll say no, but you can just simulate the races, though. Put the AI quite low through the F2 season, simulate all the races, and then you can just go straight to F1 from there. We know people who can do it, but they also get qualifying bans. Speedy. Whoa. Had something stuck in my throat there, my bad. 4.8 to max, bro. I'm not catching him, man. This should be the part of the race where we're catching him. We're not. That could be problematic as hell on the final stint. Even Leclerc's got up a little bit now. 3 seconds he's gained in the last, what, 5 or 6 laps or so. We've got 10 more laps until we pit, so we need to start catching Verstappen now. 19.1 was our lap time there. That gap to Verstappen just is not reducing. Getting a nice bit there, though. Yeah, I mean, that says it all, really. Like, not many people really race F2 in this game. And if not many people are racing in F2 and only really care about F1 in the game, then where's the incentive for EA to work on something bigger and better? Like, how many times have we seen it where people keep requesting things like F3? But why would they bring F3 into the game when no one really plays F2 much? Like, that's just a waste of resource to bring F3 in for no one to use it. People will use it at the start, but then after a month or so, they'll probably be just as unused as the F2 cars. Verstappen's in. Okay, 30 laps to go. That'll be a hard tyre, right? Yep. Verstappen on hard tyres to the end then. We need historic F1. That I agree with. The historic cars were used quite a bit. I use them frequently. When are you going to put on softs? Never. We're not going soft tires. Charles Leclerc still about 9 seconds away. So Verstappen has come out 17.5 behind us. You know what? Verstappen is a danger right now, isn't he? Verstappen is actually a major threat. He will gain a good chunk of time early in that hard tyre stint. We've still got 8 more laps to pit. I reckon by the time we pit, Verstappen will probably be only about 8 or 9 seconds behind us. Which means when we do pit, we'll have about a 13, 14 second deficit to Verstappen to recover the 21 laps to go. Doable, but it's going to need some serious pace, isn't it?
Gap to your teammate behind, 23.9
He's fast.
seconds.
He's very fast right now, Verstappen. What track is this, Mexico? Who wants F3 in their game versus who wants to race F3 cars? Yeah, 2 different things really, aren't they? I think people just want more content in the game, really, don't they? But that's what I mean. Like, why would you put the development and time into F3 when people would rather have the historic cars and stuff, you know? And that's why the whole supercars thing, when that was in the game for a couple years, made 0 sense. There was 0 need for supercars. No one wanted supercars. And all of that development time that went into them could have been used just keeping in the historic cars and stuff. Like, I don't understand the decision making. They were boats, dude. Honestly, they were horrible to drive. Absolutely horrible. .1 was that for Verstappen? He's 2 seconds quicker right now. Dude, he's actually ridiculously fast right now. This is not good. Verstappen is ridiculously fast at this point in time, and that is going to harm our race in the final stint. Yeah, I used to them as well. The Pirelli hot laps and stuff that were in the game. I used to them too, but I don't think there was like any performance difference between any of the supercars either, right? They all handled and felt the same and stuff. I don't think there was actually any difference in them. What's the AI level? 110. Right, max AI. Well, yeah, you're over the white line, Alfonso, so yes. If all 4 tires are over the white line, doesn't matter if you're in the air or not. If you are over the white line, it's a track limit. I drove into the F123, the McLaren much faster than the rest. I don't know, I personally never felt any performance difference between any of them. It felt like they was all like sort of handling the same to me. I never really like deep dived it though to really find out, but yeah, I never felt any difference between the supercars. Didn't get as much that last lap, good. Hopefully it stays that way. He may have possibly got DRS on his fast lap there, which may have helped him towards the lap times. I mean, he's only, what, 5 seconds behind Leclerc right now, and Leclerc's on a much older tyre. Yeah, Verstappen is the threat this race. Hadjar is in. Hadjar is definitely in. You tell me, Peter. I've just gone hard tires as well. Interesting. Okay. Hulk gets a P5 though. Am I going to the end of these hards? No. We will 100% lose the race if we take these to the end. We have got a box. We're planning on boxing on lap 50, which is only 4 laps away. And then it's 21 laps to the end on the medium tire. And hopefully we can try and bring the charge down against Verstappen and Leclerc. But right now, Verstappen is very quick. We've only used hard tires so far. Exactly, yeah. I do wonder if we could have pulled off a medium, hard, medium, but I'm using that AI as my basis for that. Do you think F1's getting similar to Formula E? Yes. Illegal strategy? Oh, true, yeah. Yeah, if we took these hard tires to the end, we'll get disqualified, so.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track in front of us.
We do have to change the compound at some point.
Please make this next one a very fast lap. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 28.
What track is this? Mexico.
Seconds.
Probably like Assetto Corsa, Morgan. Probably your best bet. Oh, Jesus.
Nico's coming in for his stop now.
I won't go that far since becoming Formula E. Well, I mean, we're using battery more than we ever had before. Hold on, we got yellow flags. Is that Verstappen? No, it's Hadjar. Bro, oh my God. No, it's George Russell. It's neither of them. What the fuck? I'm tripping balls. Not me. George Russell's out. I mean, we are the closest to Formula E that we've ever been before, and it will probably keep going that way. You know, Formula 1 has got 50% battery power now, the most it's ever had. We are getting more and more street tracks as well in Formula 1. Also the most we've ever had as well. That sounds quite like Formula E to me.
Caution, caution. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
Am I net P1?
Green flag.
Well, Leclerc and Verstappen are both on the hard tires to the end, but we're stopping one more time for a new medium tire, so we're about to find out, I guess, if we'll be net P1. Lance Stroll's going to lap himself here. I'm about to get overtaken by Lance Stroll. GG. My career is cooked. Bit early to give yourself more time to catch him at the end. We'd probably wear out the medium tire doing that, though. We have got to be a little bit careful on the tire wear. You better run away, Lance. You better run away. We are pitching in at lap 50 anyway. Aston barely overtook you. I think he's about to get blue flags again as well. Yep. I don't think it's going to move out of the way, though, to be fair. I think it's going to keep going. Nah, he's lucky. He got away with it. Genzi coming with a 13-month resub as well. Too much Genzi for the 13, my dude. Appreciate it, man. Never doing good. Appreciate the resub.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button. Okay, boxing this lap to give us the best in lap.
What percentage do you think F1 is going to come back to their V10 era? 0. Yeah, not bad at all. Cheers, Genzi. Happy good as well, mate. I know Ben Salayan was talking about, you know, coming back to V10s at some point, but I think that was more just to win him some votes. in the presidential election for the FIA. I don't think they have any interest in actually going back to V10. Or any other engine for that matter, really, either. We'll be lucky in 10 to 15 years' time that we even have an engine in the car. So in a way, you kind of got to be grateful for what we have right now, really. All right, in this lap, ladies and gentlemen, lap 50 of 71. This is our pit lap. We are boxing right here, right now. Come on. Medium tires going on as well, of course. All right. There goes Charles Leclerc to P1, Verstappen P2. We should come out ahead of Hamilton, I think. I think that gap's good enough.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job.
Get pit stop.
You and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
Oh, Hamilton's in anyway, actually.
These
Perfect.
tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound.
Look at that gap, chat. 15 seconds with 20 to go. Ah, that's going to be difficult. That's going to be very, very difficult. Would I rather George Russell or Charles Leclerc for the WTC this year?
First place.
Probably Charles. I'd like to see Charles get a championship. I think his story is quite a sad one as well, so I think it'd mean a lot for him to win a championship. How old are their hard tires? Leclerc's been on his since around lap 30. Verstappen box around mid-40, I think. So we should catch up to Charles Leclerc, I reckon. But Verstappen will be a mission. I think it's George's year, 100%. I think George will win it this year. I would rather Leclerc win it, but I think George will win it. Purple middle straight away, though. Purple final as well. Tyre wears about 2% per lap in that rear left as well. At the moment. But they're not overheating yet, so it'll be like that. You gain 3 seconds on Leclerc, yeah. But like I say, Leclerc's hard tyres are like, what, nearly 20 laps old? Over 20 laps old, so we should get a lot on Leclerc. Again, Leclerc, I don't think Leclerc is really the one we're worried about. It's Verstappen. Verstappen is flying at the moment. Kept it flat for the S section there, though. Damn.
The next car is 10 seconds ahead.
I gotta say, I have some poor wheel knowledge. Well, if George Russell doesn't win the championship, you can come back and say that. But if he does, then you take that back. Come back in December and we'll see. I don't think George Russell's the best driver on the grid. Let's not confuse any words here. I think George Russell will win the championship because he outright has the best car. I don't think he's the best driver on the grid. He's up there. Don't get me wrong. But I think with him having the best car on the grid by a decent distance, not an amazing distance, but a decent distance, I think he'll get it done. Did you guys see that they're also being investigated by the FIA for the their active aero? Apparently their front and rear wing closes at a different time. So they're currently being investigated by the FIA to see if that's legal or not. Someone would need to fact check the documents, I guess, to see if it is legal, but yeah, that's another Mercedes trick. is their front and rear wing opens up at different times. .7 to Leclerc. Dude, we're catching a huge amount. The car be penalized, you reckon? You seem like a very avid Merc hater, James. I ain't gonna lie. A very avid Merc hater. I mean, the whole situation reminds me of the DAS thing, really. Remember, what was it, 2019, I think it was? 2020? What year was when they had their DAS? I think it was 2019, maybe. And that was technically illegal, but they got told they could have it for the rest of the year. And that was another trick they used to make their car even faster, so... 7/10 to get on Verstappen last lap. Don't know if that's enough, really, at the moment. We have got a good wad of traffic here as well, which isn't going to help. Leclerc is the lead of that traffic, though. Was it 2020? It might have been. Whatever year it was. If I remember correctly, the wings have to open and close within 400 milliseconds, but I don't know if it's specific, so they have to open and close simultaneously. I have no idea on, you know, the timing of it, but I know... the FIA are looking into it, so we'll see what happens. Mercedes are one of the best teams, in my opinion, at trying to find loopholes, though. They really, really study those regulation rulebooks and try and find anything that might give them a slight advantage. They've always been very good at doing that. Wow, look how much Leclerc is being held up by traffic right now. This will make it very easy to pass him. Look, he's getting absolutely murked up by the slower cars right now. This will hold us back a little bit annoyingly, but Lawson's getting the blue flags now as well. Oh god, I don't know where he's going, but this can give him space. 2009 loophole. That was Braun more than anything, but that was the year before. Mercedes brought out Braun. Come on. Look at the top line speed. Jesus. Breezed by him. Back into P2. Right. 15 laps to go. 10.6 seconds is the gap to Max Verstappen. He's really fast right now, man. It was only 6 laps ago he'd got past Charles Leclerc, and now he's 10 seconds away. He's really quick. Already broken away from the DRS of Leclerc here as well. Yeah, the whole Braun GP story is crazy. Their documentary series on Disney Plus was awesome to watch too. I really enjoyed it. Now, that's the kind of series I can get behind, which is Formula 1 related, not this Drive to Survive bullshit. Braun GP was much more interesting to watch for me. Horner's heading to Audi, is he? I've seen that, what's his face? Jonathan Wheatley's going to Aston Martin, most likely. Replacing Adrian Newey's TP role. Horner at Audi would be weird. Really weird. Imagine, like, 5 or so years ago, you'd be saying that in 2026, Binotto and Horner would be working together at Audi. Imagine saying that 5 years ago. You'd be fucking laughed at. F1 manager can't even predict that? No, for real. Ten behind Verstappen, man. Did we gain anything on Verstappen that lap? Driver in front.
It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 10.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 16 laps old. And the time last lap, 1 minute 18.0. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap.
Dude. How was Verstappen so fast? Get the Hungarian guy that was at Racing Point. Otmar Schaffnauer. I think he's a owner of an F2 team now. Can't remember which one, but I think he owns an F2 team. Getting a lot of Verstappen actually that lap. Give me DRS, Ollie. Give me DRS. Ollie. Ollie. Oh, I don't think I got it. Okay, we gained a lot on Verstappen that lap, though. 17.1. That was a much better lap for ourselves. I'm myself another team trying to get the F1 at the moment. Who is it? It's not MP Motorsports, is it? I remember seeing the news, but I cannot remember what team it was. Is it Trident? Never here for the most part, trying to get into F1 as I got into my first race system. What is DRS? DRS is a drag reduction system. When you're within a second of the car in front, in the detection point, you'll get the ability to use DRS, and it pretty much opens up the rear wing, reduces the drag, and you get an extra 10 to 15 miles an hour straight line speed. It's like an overtaking aid in a way, but a car feature version. To be replaced by overtake mode? Yep. Yeah, the overtake mode is basically the new version of it. What's the best way to save ERS against AI? Put the deploy to none going through the non-overtaking slower speed corners. So like in this section here, you can see I put my ERS to none. And then when I get to the exit, I'll put it back to medium. Do that on all the slow speed corners, and it will help with the battery a bit more. Is it Van Amersfoort, is that? I mean, it's going to generate a lot of money if once to get into F1, that's for sure. Mine's always on none. I press mine manually. You never really want to use hot lap. The only ones I ever really use is none through these corners here, for example. And then when I get towards the straight, I'll go to medium. And then when I'm trying to push a little bit more, I'll use more overtake. You have to be more proportionate when using overtake, though, because you don't want to drain the battery, so...
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now.
ERS what gives more power and drains the battery, right? Yes, pretty much. It's the ERS, the hybrid system, so... I am not getting anything on Verstappen now, am I? That gap has stayed at 8.4, 8.5. He may have got DRS last lap, though, on the Mercedes. But 10 to go, gap at 8.4. It's looking a bit bleak, isn't it? Verstappen is just super quick. How often do you adjust brake bias and diff? I never really adjust the diff that much. Brake bias, I might change a tiny bit as the race goes on. Maybe if I'm trying to look after the front tires a bit more, then You know, we'll change the brake bias based on that, and same as the rear tires. So I tend to leave it on just one setting for most of the race, but I might adjust it a little bit to help tire temps. Speaking of, I actually might bring the brake bias down a little bit. I'm on 55 still. Put it back to 54, I reckon. Yeah, 8.7 to Verstappen. I think this might be Jova. So to understand the difference between overtake, boost, and that one thing, recharge. The overtake is basically the modern version of the DRS system. But instead of changing the aero, it gives you more power from the battery, basically. It still works the same as the DRS in terms of you've got to be like a second within the car in front. But it is like an extra overtaking aid. It took me a while to really get to grips with that as well. The whole boost versus overtake. Because there isn't really that much difference when you think about it. Can I explain brake bias and differential? Brake bias changes the power of the braking to the front and rear brakes. The higher you go, the more braking power on the front of the car you're going to get. The lower you go, the more braking power on the rear of the car you're going to get. Lower brake bias tends to help with rotation. Higher brake bias tends to help with later braking. But you can easily lock up with higher brake bias. The meta in this game, or my preference in this game, is around 54. But some people like it a tiny bit higher, some like it a little bit lower. Everyone's a little bit different with it, really. And the differential is just about how the throttle power is applied to the rear wheels when you're going through corners. If you're on 100%, both the wheels are going to rotate at the exact same speed when you put the power down through a corner. And a lower diff will change the rotation of the tires slightly when you're powering out the corner. How do you have new teams in F125? Mods. The modding world is a pretty powerful one. 9.1 to max. Yeah, I'm not catching him. Max is just flying right now, and there's nothing I can do. I think the best this medium tire has kind of been seen to already, so I think, unfortunately, Verstappen is going to be the outright winner here. Respectfully, I don't think you can overtake Verstappen. You can say disrespectfully too, don't worry. What's the track? This is Mexico. How do you deal with the AI behaving, driving differently on different tracks? I don't really notice the AI behaving differently as such. I will say though that for every track, the AI's pace does feel different. You know, you've seen it where in Monaco and Spa, for example, the AI are really... What the are you doing? You've seen it where in Monaco and Spa and stuff like that, the AI is super slow. And tracks like Hungary, they're quite strong in, so... Unfortunately, it's kind of difficult to find like an overall balance, really. Sometimes you have to just adjust the AI itself to find the right level for that track. I'm usually quite comfortable playing 100 ton on every track, but obviously for tracks like Monaco and Spa, it's kind of difficult to make it harder in a way. Who wins Japan on Sunday? I think George Russell's a safe bet, really, isn't it? Actually, what was that from Antonelli? I mean, that sums up the AI behavior of this game, doesn't it? That can sum it up a little bit. I haven't played with steering wheel in a long time. Thanks for motivating me to get back. Hey, welcome in, man. It's always great to welcome people back into the world and new people into the world of sim racing as well. You put 200 quid on Lewis to win Sunday. Okay, well, I guess you lost 200 quid then. Fair play. What happened with Antonelli? He just cut back across me when we were trying to lap him. Nearly took off our front wing, but thankfully not. Yeah, I just have no rear grip anymore. 35 and 32% on the rear tires. Once the mediums get to like 20%, it becomes like a different tire. It's so weird. Weather is predicted. What's the latest on the weather, actually? Because last time I checked, it was going to be dry, but maybe it's changed since then. Also, the thing is, no one really knows how the current cars are going to handle in the rain. That's one thing we don't really know yet. Is the racing going to be still good in the rain? Like, are the cars going to be difficult to control? Like, what happens? I'm kind of curious. Oh, Jesus, man. There's the evidence right there. The rear tire is starting to give way. To be honest, I should probably just focus on bringing this home now, really, shouldn't I? We've got 5 laps to go. We're 10 seconds behind Max. We're not going to catch him. And then we just kind of play this a little bit safe and just take the P2. Which I didn't really want to accept, but unfortunately we're going to have to, I think. It's not meant to rain in Japan, is it? I mean, like I say, I last time I checked it was dry, but maybe it's changed. Rain for quality. Suzuka has a thunderstorm predicted for us for the race, but heavy rain predicted for it. Really? Wow, that's changed up a lot. The fuck? I checked like 2 or 3 days ago and it was like, I think it said rain in the morning on Saturday, but that was it.
Okay, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing.
Oh, God. I'm not liking the rear tires at the moment. They are not happy with me. And I'm not happy with them. Glad the feeling's mutual. I think annoyingly, I'm probably going to miss the 7:45 sign-up race for LMU, no? Next time race is at 8:45, so... Is it true that F1 cars are equal when they're in raining conditions? With the current cars, we don't really know. However, with the before the ground effect era and stuff like that, they did used to call the rain the great equalizer, because it was more about the driver's talent in the rain rather than the cars. I still think the cars probably still had a good bit to play, really. I don't think it was like every car suddenly became equal, but I do think we got to see more from the drivers than the car in those conditions. I can't, dude. I'll miss the race. Annoyingly. I mean, I've got 3 laps to go, but I don't think I'll be able to boot up LMU in the time to get it ready, annoyingly. Retire from session, jumped out LMU. That'd make the championship interesting, at least, wouldn't it? Where's Lando right now, actually? What position is Lando? I think he might be around P8. Where's Nico? That's another good show, actually. Where is Nico? Teammate status.
Gap to your teammate behind, 51.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're in 9th place. Time
P9.
lap, 1:20.
At least it's points, I guess. But only a P9. What track is this? This is Mexico. McLaren's a P6 and P10 from the looks of it. So I think right now it's probably safe to say Red Bull might win the prediction, huh? They're P1 and P4. Might be P3 if Hedgehog can get Leclerc. God, the rear tires just feel disgusting right now. They're genuinely quick for about 7 laps. And then after that, they just become horseshit. Pit for fast lap attempt? Nah, I've not got the gap to Charles Leclerc. We do have a new soft tire to first. We could have done it, but no, I ain't got the gap. Nor do we even get the point for anymore anyway. That's more credibility at this point, really, isn't it? One more lap after this one, ladies and gentlemen, and that will do it for the Mexican Grand Prix. Not the win we were looking for today, unfortunately. We're still back some good points. 18 points to championship, of course, but losing out to Verstappen today is actually quite a tough one to take because obviously we started on pole position. We led the race for a while. Verstappen started P11. Oh, of course, on the same thing as Antonelli, bro. You started an ACC championship with the Verstappen.com Ferrari. Nice. Oh, Liam Lawson's out. One more retirement for him in the race. How did you get so good at time management? Just time in practice? Driving smoothly as well. Smoother driving will reward cooler tires, and you can say wear from that. The problem is with this game, naturally, tire management is very difficult. Very, very difficult. But yeah, being smooth with your driving, trying to keep the temperatures down will always help the tires not get too worn. I don't know what Ocon was doing then, but whatever.
Yellow flag.
That's another yellow flag.
Okay, be aware, there's an incident in the next part of the
Oh no,
track.
it's still Lawson's car, never mind.
Overtaking through the yellow flags.
Ignore me. Verstappen is now 15 seconds ahead. I have no idea how he's managed it.
Okay, clear.
Feel like I run through tires bad, makes doing big races hard. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing 50% races, you're naturally going to have more tire wear because the tire wear rate is basically doubled in the 50%. In 100% races, the tires will always feel like they last longer because they're at the normal rates, and then for 50%, they're doubled. So it may feel like that in a 50. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Max Verstappen will win the Mexican Grand Prix. I believe back-to-back race wins from Verstappen as well. I think. Maybe. I could be wrong. But either way, P2 for ourselves. Decent points on the board. But going from P1 to P2 doesn't sound like it's that bad. However, when you concede the win to the guy who started P11, it does sting a little bit. Good points, good podium, but not the win we wanted today. And I think Red Bull won the prediction. Yeah, I think. We'll verify it in a moment, but I'm pretty sure it was Red Bull. I mean, we drove a pretty clean race. It was a pretty smooth, clean race, but Verstappen was just another animal today. Starting from P11, finishing P1. I have no idea how he managed it. I generally don't. He had to pull some crazy time, and he did just that. If there's one man who's capable, it's definitely someone like him. And he proved that today. Oh, man.
Let the celebrations begin.
Does no assist help fuel and tire wear? Because I feel like it does. If you can manage the traction slip, then yeah. Because obviously, the more you spin up the rear tires and stuff under no TC, you can still wear the tires out, but I'm not really sure if it helps much on the fuel side. That I don't know about, but you can definitely help tire wear a bit more if you turn off TC. Hadjar did get P3 in the end then. Leclerc didn't get that podium. I think he got P4 in the end. Yeah, he did. So, yeah, that's quite straightforward win for Red Bull, isn't it? They picked up 40 points today. Damn. I mean, yeah, look at that from Verstappen. Started P11, wins the race, and wins it by 17 seconds as well. Crazy. He was on another planet today, and unfortunately, we had no answer to him. Hulkenberg does get a couple points as well. He finishes up in P9 for today. Hadjar in P3. Leclerc, Hamilton in 4th and 5th. Piastri 6th. Sainz in 7th. Albon 8th. Lando Norris finished P10. Wow. That might be the disaster result of the day right there, because that has lost him a huge amount of points in the championship. I wonder, actually, does Verstappen overtake him? He does. Wow. So we actually do increase our gap in the lead of the championship. However, Verstappen has brought it down by a few points as well. So going into the weekend, we were 37 points, I think it was, ahead of Lando Norris. And now going into the next race in Brazil, we are 43 ahead of Verstappen. So we have extended the lead in the lead of the championship. However, Verstappen has brought that gap down, if that makes sense. So yeah, very dismal day for Lando Norris. He will need a good result in Brazil to try and have a chance here. But 43 points in the championship, 4 races to go. There's a good chance, ladies and gentlemen, we could definitely get the championship this season. Constructors Championship-wise, McLaren lead the way right now, 48 points ahead of Red Bull. They are 9 ahead of Ferrari now, and we're on 390 in P4. We are 68 points behind Ferrari at the moment. Getting that top 3 in the Constructors is looking like a very difficult mission right now, isn't it? We've got a long way to go there. But, yeah, that's how the championship is looking at the moment. Do we have much to look at in the replay here? I don't think we really do we? There was a few retirements, but they were just mechanical failures. So, I don't think I saw many spins or anything like that. So, yeah, I think that was a fairly straightforward one, really. There was no safety cars or anything. As long as finished P2 race, we'll still win the WDC, even if Max wins every race. Okay, so as long as we get P2 every race, we'll be fine then. And to be fair, we have done that quite a lot recently, haven't we? Williams doing good. Yeah, 7th and 8th isn't too bad, to be fair. They were running in the top 5 for a while too, weren't they? So, yeah, not bad at all.